Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live, Thursday evening. Today's Thursday, isn't it? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So, if you have been following me for a while, I'm pretty sure you know exactly what we're going to be doing tonight. Every holiday season, I love to create our paper bows. I wish I would have gone to the store to buy the store-bought bows just to compare them. I know on my Facebook somewhere there has a comparison on it, but these paper bows are absolutely phenomenal and they are so easy to put together. So if you're wrapping your gifts, if you're at home this evening wrapping your presents, take a few minutes out to make some of these bows to go on top of your gifts. So I made two, and we're going to make two tonight. So we're going to get started pretty early. But one of them, the first one is a 6-inch bow. I'm going to show you from start to finish. So we're going to cut the paper and everything together. And then our next one is going to be a 12-inch bow. I actually think it's a little bit bigger than 12 inches, but we're going to be using the full 12 by 12 paper instead of just half of a sheet. So if you've seen this before, it's always fun to watch it again. So please stick around with us. And at the end, I have something kind of fun that I'm going to do with one of the bows. So hopefully you guys will be able to stick through. And hopefully I stick within my 30 minutes. That's my time crunch. Good evening, Pam. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. So I'm going to point you over because we have a lot of work to do for tonight. Okay, so I did not check to make sure that the paper that I am using is still available, but don't stress about that. If you don't have this exact designer series paper, you can use whatever you have. Like, I don't want anybody to rush out to buy this pack. Obviously, you can if you want to, but it's not necessary. You can definitely use the paper that you have. So this is the Berry Christmas 12 by 12. Um, I've used this a lot. I still have a lot left, so I can definitely make lots more beautiful bows with this. But that's the designer series paper I used. Let me bring in, actually, I kind of lied. So the 6-inch bow is not the original one. We're going to make it in the berry paper, but this is the original one that I made. This one is out of the same designer series paper I used on Tuesday and last week. So this is how fun and cute they are, and they're actually really sturdy. Now, granted, if you pushed on it, it would smash it, but they're pretty sturdy. And here is the 12-inch bow that I made as well. So let's bring in the paper and your trimmer. So for the small bow, we are going to need a piece that is 6 inches by 12 inches. So it's just a half a sheet of 12 by 12. So the first cut, we need 8 1-inch strips. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, Marie, as I'm counting. Good evening, welcome. That was 4, 5. I can't do more than one thing at a time. 6, 7. Let me just triple check and make sure because I stopped in the middle to say hi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we need one more. So there are our 7-inch strips. So now we are left with a piece that is 4 inches by 6 inches. We are going to flip this. So now our 6-inch side is up, and we are going to cut one piece, 1 inch off. So this is our 1 by 4-inch piece. I'm going to set that one to the side. Now we're going to take this and we're going to rotate it back to the original position. And we are going to do 4 more 1-inch strips. And this will use up all of this sheet of designer series paper. So we're just going to cut one and do one at a time. So this one is the 6-inch, and then we'll go into the 12-inch one. Good evening, Heather. Yes, Marie, I miss you too. Sorry, I have a hair or something attached to my lipstick. Okay, so here are all of our pieces. So these are our 1 by 6 inch piece. This is our 1 by 5 inch, and this is our 1 by 4 inch. So let's start with the smallest piece. The smallest piece, I am just going to roll over and kind of just have enough of an edge where you can grab it with your stapler. I used a stapler on all of this. We will use our glue gun, but that will come later. Now we can start working on our 5-inch pieces. You can do this any way you want. I know in the past I've done it where you can alternate the colors. I think I might just do all of them the same direction, but you can definitely alter the paper. So I'm just folding these in half. I'm not creasing them. I'm just folding them all the same direction. There we go. So now that we have these 4 done, I am now going to take, it doesn't matter the color or the size of your circle. You just need a circle punch. So now I'm going to take each section and staple these together. It's just going to help me keep them organized. So this whole portion, we are just using a stapler. And if you don't have one of these mini staplers, any stapler would work. I just really like this mini one. Now this one, since it's the last, we can't really go in and staple it without it smashing it. So I'm going to go backwards, make sure to move your fingers, and kind of go through the loop on the back side. Now this little piece is going to go on the inside. And I'm going to do the same thing so I don't smash it. I'm going to flip my stapler over and slide this in and staple. So now all of these pieces are together. Now we can keep going. And we're going to do the same to these 8. Now remember how I said I usually stop at the 4 and staple them to the circle? These 8 are all the same size, so it doesn't matter which one goes on what circle. So you can just staple away on this guy. But the smaller ones are kind of sometimes hard to see once it's all put together. So that's why I like to get that done and out of my way so I don't accidentally put it in the wrong spots. So our last one. And these bows don't have to just be for Christmas. You could put them for birthday presents, literally whatever gift you need, you can make a bow. So now I'm stapling 4 to each circle. Make sure you have an extra sleeve of staples handy. You will go through a lot of them. I just filled both of mine so we wouldn't run out going live. Okay, so there's that. That one is done. And let's do our last one and we can put our bow together. So there's this. It's just a little time consuming. It's not even tedious. It's just a little time consuming, but they're absolutely gorgeous. And then our last one, I'm going to flip it over, slide this in, move your fingers out, and there we go. So there are our 3 pieces that is going to create this gorgeous bow. So the first step is, it doesn't matter which one you use can use either. I'm going to put a nice amount of glue on the inside. I'm going to take the smaller version and I'm going to kind of just tuck up my little 4 edges and I'm going to slide this right inside. You want to get your finger in there so you can push down. Just hold it for a quick second. Do remember the glue is hot and you will burn yourself if you get it on yourself. We are going to try our best not to burn myself while I'm live because I don't want to accidentally say a word that I'm going to regret. So just be gentle with the glue. Now this one, I'm going to take the outside pieces and I'm going to kind of push those in and slide it inside. And now again, I'm going to slide my finger inside so I can press this down. And I'm going to pick it up and put pressure on both sides. I want to make sure this is nice and tidy. Nice and tight. Okay, there you go. That is how easy these bows are to put together. Aren't they fun? I absolutely love doing these, especially at the holidays. Okay, so these two are our 6-inch bows. Now let's move on to our 12-inch bows. You will need your paper trimmer again, but this time you're going to need 2 sheets of 12 by 12, and we will be using both sheets. And we're doing the same exact cuts. We're just making them bigger. So we need 8 2-inch strips. So there's one. Can't get that up. There we go. There's 2. 3. 4. 5 and 6. So here's 6. And I probably should have just pulled my arm out and gone the other way. So there was 6, so let's do 2 more. So there's 7 and 8. So now we are left with a piece that is 8 inches by 12. So we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to take this and we're going to rotate and we're going to cut it at, we need 2 inches, so we're going to cut it at 10. This is going to be our center that we roll over. That's how big our bow is going to be. Ha, phenomenal. And then now let's pick up our arm and we're going to flip our paper back. So now we need 4 2-inch pieces. So we're at 8. So we're going to cut. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now we're done with our trimmer and we can start putting our pieces together. So these are quite a bit bigger than our little 6-inch bow. So I'm going to start like I did last time. So I'm going to take this smaller piece, fold it over, and you can use your big stapler for this or your little one. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to glue that as a circle. Now, I honestly think I might do this one opposites because it might be too much. Okay, so there's that. So I'm going to do this one this way. It might be too much in a pattern. Does that make sense? So I'm going to fold these ones the opposite direction. Hopefully I'm making sense with what I'm trying to say out loud. It makes sense in my head, but I don't know if I'm translating it right. Okay, perfect. So let's put these 4 on a circle. And I'm using actually the same size circle. It really doesn't matter what size your circle is. You're just doing this as a guide. You're just using this as a guide. You just want to make sure they're nice and even. And let's see if I can do this. Oh, he's not going to fit. Okay, how did I do that? Okay, we're just going to go in this way. Oh, I barely got him. That worked. Okay, so there's this piece. So let's put this inside. So you see what I mean? I'm doing opposites. So let's slide this in. Actually, I'm going to flip this way. And you know what? I think I do need my big stapler. Yeah, that's the problem. When you start doing this, you do need your big guy. Pull out the big guns. Okay, so there's our first one. So since we have the green on the outside, the next one needs to be this way. So there's one. I guess the best way to do this is to get in there and play with it and practice. There's two. There's three. And there's four. Okay, grab another circle. And we're going to staple this on. I swear to you, even though this looks wonky, it will come together beautifully. So I'm just lining up my points. And the last one, line it up. We're going to flip it over, put our stapler in, get your fingers out of the way, and staple. There we go. So now, because I don't want to get confuse myself when I'm gluing it together, I'm going to go ahead and glue these two pieces together. So I'm going to push these in and I'm going to alternate it so it's in the center. This one's a little bit, well, it's a lot bigger, so you can get your hand in there and press it together. So there you go. There's that. And let's do our last one, which we need the green on the outside. Oops. Oh, my staple gun's going to give me problems, of course. So we're just going to switch staplers. I have tried gluing these together and I don't feel the glue holds as well as stapling it. The hot glue does hold perfect. So I definitely recommend stapling this versus gluing it. Okay, so now I have my last circle piece. But what I did is I stapled a piece of ribbon, pretty long piece of ribbon to it, because this is actually going to go on one of Lucas's birthday presents, one of Lucas's Christmas presents, and I want them to be able to tie the bow to what he's getting. So I went ahead and already put that on there so I wouldn't forget to do it during the live. So now I'm just going to come in and staple all of these together. Get your fingers out of the way. We do not want glue on our fingers, or we do not want to staple our fingers. That would not be ideal. Flip this over. Well, snap, crackle, pop. The ribbon got in the way, and then the staples got in the way. Get those out. Slide this back in. There we go. So here's our last piece. So now I can come in and put glue in the center. And now I'm going to glue this piece inside. And once you get this glued in, you can, oh, who is calling me? Once we get this all glued in, you can manipulate it to get it exactly how you want it. So there is our bow. And this one I tied the ribbon around. So now they have, oh, let me do it as like a little corsage. Look how beautiful my corsage is. Okay, one last thing that I want to do with this is I'm not going to make this on the live, but I just took our letters and I used the adhesive sheets and I ran it through our basic white, and it says to Lucas from Santa. So I wanted to come in, and you'll probably have to use your stapler or your glue gun for this portion of it also, just because it's a lot of paper. So I just want to kind of position this, and I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to lift this up and grab some glue. I'm going to put some glue right here just to hold that together. Good evening, Tracy. Yay, I'm so excited. And let's see, if I staple it, let's see how that would work. I just want to make sure to be able to see the to and from. And actually, I think stapling it might work. I was going to use the glue, the hot glue, but I think this might be okay. So you might have to do a little bit of maneuvering and wiggling this around. I am going to come in and staple a couple up top if my stapler is going to cooperate with me. And of course it doesn't want to. Oh, I'm out of oh, I was almost out of staples. I just filled this up before I went live too. I apparently used a lot more than I thought I would. And now I have glue on my fingers and the staples sticking to my fingers. I tell you, it is real in my house. There we go. Just to make sure it is going to stay, even though I'm pretty sure it's going to. So now, look how cute that is. So if you have a grandchild, or anybody for that matter, like it doesn't even have to be a grandchild, but look how fun this would be to make your tag attached to your bow and then have your ribbon, and you could do the ribbon even longer so you could tie it around your package. This is actually going around a bike. I'm sure it's like the seat or the handle or something like that. So that's why I just left it long enough to tie around that. And hopefully he's not watching my Facebook Live. Otherwise, he'll know he's getting a bike for Christmas, even though he's only 2. So I don't think he'll even notice. But look how fun. Oh, I love these. I hope you guys love them as much as I do. So let me point you back forward and let me show you what the bow is. Last time, oh, look, I could just put this on my head and tie it around my neck. Look how cute that is. I love it. So you can do anything you want with these bows. If you want to be silly and wear it as a headband, that would work too. But that's, oh, this is upside down. That's how big these guys are. They are so fun to make, and I hope you guys make some. If you make them, definitely put it in the comments because I would love to see what designer series paper you're using and what you attach to it. So thank you so much for showing up for tonight's live. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, have a very, very Merry Christmas on Monday, and I will see everybody on Tuesday. Have a great night, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.